With the Cincinnati Bengals narrowly getting past the Baltimore Ravens in the wildcard round, they inch one step closer to reaching the Super Bowl for the second year in a row. But with all that they've gone through up to this point, do they still have just enough to reach the biggest stage? Like many other teams in the playoffs, injuries have not been kind to the Bengals whatsoever. We just saw them get by a Ravens team that didn't have Lamar Jackson, but as for Cincinnati, they lost their number one corner Chidobe Awuzie midway through the season. Many key players on both sides of the football have missed time throughout the regular season, and just recently in the past few weeks, they've lost right tackle La'el Collins for the entire season, right guard Alex Kappa for the rest of the playoffs, and just recently yesterday, they could be without left tackle Jonah Williams for the remainder of the playoffs as well. So that's 3 starters all down on the offensive line that have already struggled to protect Joe Burrow, and we've seen their inefficiencies yesterday where they gave up 4 sacks to the Baltimore Ravens, and playing the Buffalo Bills next, they're not going to let up either. So much for spending millions of dollars trying to fix an offensive line in free agency. And with the Bills and Bengals coming off 2 mediocre wins to move on to the divisional round, the Cincinnati offense is going to have to be able to move the ball up and down the field and pick apart the defense to score. Some people may be worried and concerned about how Joe Burrow looked throwing the ball in the wildcard round, and even people have went out and said that Tyler Huntley outplayed them, and to that I say that they're wrong. Despite the Ravens winning the time of possession and holding the Bengals to 5 possessions in 3 quarters, Joe Burrow for the Bengals still had 218 total yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a completion percentage of 71% with a passer rating of 99.6. Okay, yeah, he didn't have the best game, but he had far from a bad game, and he was very efficient, and he did what he needed to do to help the Bengals win. And what people have to remember about this Bengals offense is that they were facing a Baltimore Ravens defense who they already play twice a year, and they were playing them a 3rd time this season. And as far as other aspects of the offense goes, if they're going to make a deep playoff run, the Bengals have to get better at running the ball now. 51 yards on 18 carries, 2.8 yards a carry is not going to get you far. And they're going to have to step up fast versus the Buffalo Bills team that is very tough against the run. And defensively for the Bengals, they gave up 155 yards rushing to the Ravens, and that is never good to see in the playoffs, and that almost never guarantees you a win either. And while the Bills may not be as good as the Ravens at running the ball, the Bengals defense is going to have to contain Josh Allen, especially when he gets out of the pocket and tries to run. Big plays and turnovers on defense are going to be huge for this game. And as far as continuing to look ahead, if the Bengals as a team do come out and look just the way they looked versus the Ravens, they're probably going to be on the couch for the rest of the playoffs. But hey, what do you think? Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, like and comment who you have winning between the Buffalo Bills and Cincinnati Bengals, and whether or not Cincinnati can reach Super Bowl 57. And if you like me, subscribe.